Welcome back to Yahoo Finance. Shares of Intel are under pressure after a challenging quarter and a little bit of a soft outlook. Let's get right to the man of the hour. That is Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger. Pat, always great to get some time with you after earnings. So look, I think investors are ignoring a lot of the progress you made in 2023, and that ultimately showed up in that fourth quarter, and zooming in on this first quarter guidance. How concerned should they be about what you put forward for the first quarter?
Well, like you said, we finished a great year, Q4 above on top and bottom line, finishing a great transformation year in 23. I do think there's a bit of an overreaction to Q1, but I don't run this business on 90 days, and nobody should expect us to. These are long-term investments, and the transformation is well underway. We gave a solid outlook for the year in terms of improving financials on top and bottom line every quarter sequentially, year on year, and we have a lot of tailwinds as we go through the year. AI PC, expanding accelerator, improving product line, and super proud of the team and the momentum that the Intel team has delivered this year. And as that continues into this 24 outlook and beyond, this is overreaction, but one that we are confident on the transformation journey of this great iconic company. We are on track to make that happen.
All right, you did mention on the earnings call, Pat, that there will be improvement in the business in the second quarter compared to the first quarter, and then sequentially after that. So let's go into the second quarter. What drives some of that sequential improvement?
Yeah, obviously some of it is, we talked about these one-time effects that we saw in areas like Mobileye, PSG, and those start to get better. But overall, as we look to our product line, as we go through the year, normal seasonal behavior, and the strengthening of AI PC, of the ramping of our accelerator product line, the improving position we have with our data center products, and our Foundry business is gaining momentum day by day as we get more and more customers coming into that. So overall, we just see a lot of these things materialize as we go through the year, and this fundamental transformation of Intel as we have a world-class product fabless company and a world-class fab and manufacturing company. As those effects take place, the financials improve with it as well. So overall, we're on track to deliver a great transformative journey for this company.
I know you're very focused, Pat, on just continuing to build out that Foundry business. It is one of the key areas that you identified early on in your leadership. Now we had the team over at Citi on this morning saying Intel shouldn't even be in the Foundry business. To analysts like that are bearish on this potential opportunity for Intel, how much business, what's the line of sight into business for the Foundry business, and what's next in that area?
Yeah, well, so they're wrong, and this is key to the strategy that we have, for the company. We have to become a world-class Foundry. It becomes a key and seminal piece. It not only helps our internal businesses as we get more discipline, process, cost effectiveness, but we open up to be a world-class systems Foundry as well. And we saw 3 customers in our advanced packaging technology added to our portfolio in the fourth quarter. We added another leadership 18A customer, another Intel 3 customer. And one by one, as those builds, we see this becoming a great portfolio of the business. And we announced a key partnership with UMC, Taiwan Foundry company, that we're going to extend the life and bring more capacity to the U.S., consistent with the theme that we have of balanced, resilient supply chains for the world. So we're on track. This is making great progress. And in February, Sozzi, we have our Foundry Day coming up, where we'll talk about what's next after 5 nodes and 4 years, this incredible restorative journey that we've been on, laying out key EDA and industry partnerships, and additional customers participating, and how they're going to take advantage of this great technology engine that we're building. So overall, this is making great progress.
To the noobs not familiar with the transformation story at Intel, when does that Foundry business, Pat, start becoming a consistent moneymaker for a company like yours?
Yeah, you're going to see revenue start to ramp in 25 and beyond. We talked about lifetime deal value now exceeding $10 billion in this quarter. So we're trying to give some forward-looking indicators, to the financial markets as we see that business building. And we'll be giving updates on that periodically. But revenues here, you win a customer, and now they have to design, they have to move, and those supply chains have to build as they introduce their products. So it takes a couple of years for that revenue to really start to accrete. That's why we want to give some forward indicators. But overall, this is a long-term business. And as we go through the decade, it's just going to keep accruing, accruing, and accruing. And as I said, by 2030, we're going to be the #2 external foundry, combined with our internal product capacities that we require. We're back to being one of the largest providers of semiconductor technology at the leading edge logic in the world, and we're on track to make that happen.
Maybe this is just fresh in my head. I'm still trying to recover from the World Economic Forum in Davos, Pat, and we had a great conversation with Qualcomm CEO Cristiano Amon, and he was talking about more AI arriving to actual like physical devices, handsets, PCs, you name it. This year, how many chips will Intel sell that will help power these devices, and how bullish are you about the AI hardware cycle?
Yeah, and the AI PC, as we've called it, is something we launched with our Core Ultra product line at the end of last year. And this year alone, we expect to ship 40 million AI PCs that are enhanced specifically for AI capabilities and key application areas, Microsoft, Adobe, Zoom, Teams, all of those becoming AI enabled, and the ability to run these language models that you've heard about natively on the client, so you don't need to be tethered to the cloud, pay cloud fees for that, and control your own local data. So this idea of edge and client AI is something we're powerfully driving in the industry. And this is Intel at its best, defining new categories, delivering volume solutions to the marketplace. And our roadmap for those products is already well underway. We have a 3x improvement coming later this year, and we're going to double that again next year in its AI capabilities. We're on track to drive this category definition, and we do believe AI comes everywhere. And that's the core of the Intel strategy.
Will you be able to make enough chips to support the AI demand?
We believe so. And every day we're working that exact, and we're building new factories and capabilities. We just announced a new advanced packaging in New Mexico. We're well underway with our Arizona and Ohio expansions, as well as some of the international work that we're doing. We're also seeing a tremendous interest and support. The U.S. CHIPS office says, we've laid out the CHIPS program, incredible support at the state level, building the supply chains for the nation. When I stood on stage with President Biden and announced the Silicon Heartland, I mean, just such a moving moment, because the world is going more digital. Everything digital runs on semiconductors, and we want to have balanced and resilient supply chains, rebuilding the manufacturing industry in the U.S., and we're the company that's leading the charge to accomplish exactly that.
Pat, before I let you go, I've been getting a lot of mixed reads. We're asking all leaders, first and foremost, their thoughts going into the presidential election. And I'm getting a lot of mixed reads from leaders. Bill Gates, not to name drop, tells us that this administration has largely been friendly to the tech industry. You have Steve Schwarzman over at Blackstone saying it's become a tougher business environment for large companies to do business. Has this administration been friendly to Intel?
Well, I think as any CEO should look at this, right? You're not looking at any one administration. You're looking at the policies that align with the right things for the nation and the right things for your business. And given that we accomplished what I believe is the most significant piece of industrial policy legislation since World War II under this administration and strong support from them, hey, we believe that was a major milestone. That said, hey, there's a lot yet to be done. And whoever is sitting in the White House, we're going to work with them to keep driving these industrial policies because they are so essential. Long-term research, leadership talent development, and the rebuilding of the manufacturing base with good tax and investment policies. Those are the right things for the nation, and we're going to keep driving those independent of who sits in the White House and who's in the Senate and the House, respectively, because that's the right thing for our country, the right thing for our business, and we're going to drive to make those happen.
Just hearing you talk about AI PCs, Pat, really reminds to me that my computer, I think, is really outdated, and I'm about due for an upgrade soon.
I absolutely believe you do, and we have a great Core Ultra ready for you.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. We'll take that offline. Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger, always great to get some time with you. We appreciate it. We know these are busy days. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.